All right, so you've got your first home. It might even be a new home with nothing in the backyard. Well, where do you start? I know where I start. I look for inspiration in jobs that I've seen, whether that be magazines like this that Adbri have sent out so that you can get inspiration. But another good spot to look is the for sales in your area. So the real estate market. People finish their projects to move out. It doesn't make sense, but they do it. And they're presented well, and they're going to be showing you what that house is worth when it's sold. So you can see what you should invest for your return later on. The first thing I think about is your entertaining area. It's the spot in the backyard that you're going to join with your family and friends. So I'm just going to roughly sketch the back of a house and what the backyard would look like and add the things that I think are important. So let's go paling fences and let's draw the back of the house. So it might be 2 rooms wide with an al fresco area. Pier there, lounge room, something like that. Sliders or large doors to get out. So here's our generic backyard. What you would think to do is just pave straight off the back of this al fresco area or back veranda. What I like to do is move it slightly away from the house. That means you're going to use the space. It's further into the garden, so you're going to use more of the garden, and you can surround all 4 sides with plants or pebbles or something like that. Moving it away from any hard surfaces like the fence or the brickwork of the house means you might be able to manipulate the size of your project and get away with no cuts. So I'm going to come out all the way across with 3 long 400mm wide steppers using Eurostone. And I love the 600 by 400s. So I've got away from the courtyard and then using the same paver, I reckon about a 4 by 5 metre space, maybe 3.5 by 5 metre space is good. That means you can put a table and chairs and barbecue in that area and you've still got room to move around it. So I'll draw the table in here, put the barbie over here. The good thing about doing a garden design or a sketch that you're going to use is if you understand it, that's all that matters. We're not sending it off to council. It's just so we've got a plan, we know where to start, so we know how we're going to finish. And that's where a lot of people make a mistake. They don't start with a plan, and they really don't know what they're going to end up with. You can see I haven't used a ruler, I haven't used a tape measure, anything like that. This is just my ideas board. If I want to get down to the nitty gritty, I can do this and then I can do it to scale so I know what to order, so I'm not wasting time or money. Now that being out into the garden means that we can put a hedge in here, we could put lower plants down here, feature tree here. I am a little bit partial to Buxus balls. I would probably start with a gravel through between my steppers, but I'd also plant something like mini mondo or zoysia grass. So zoysia grass is one of those grasses you can put down and never mow it. So I'd actually plant little 6-inch pockets of that, and then they would slowly take over from the pebbles that I put down for the first look. Now, depending on the sun, building pergolas, verandas, patios over that can get pricey. But if you know where the sun's setting, and let's just imagine it's setting over in that direction, maybe looking at a feature tree in this area here will give you beautiful afternoon shade. So I might duplicate this one with a garden bed here using a similar coloured paver but a smaller one. So there's one called Havenbrick or Haven Pave. It's a little dimension brick, perfect for garden edges. Now you've got 2 squares here which complement the rectangles and the stepping stones and have given the whole feel like that paved area is actually enclosed because you've got the hedge and then the 2 larger trees here, but you've still got plenty of access to the lawn this way and this way. So you can get around the garden easily, but you're kind of surrounded here. And when you're surrounded by plants, you actually feel a lot more comfortable. And these 2 trees will give you height and shade, which will be a lot more pleasant to look at and a lot cheaper than building that pergola I was talking about.